It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Chicago Bears and the Los Angeles Chargers, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
We are just a couple miles east of the LAX airport, just off the 405 and the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the LA Chargers. Up in the booth with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and kickoff straight ahead, CD. What's one thing that you're going to have your eye on?
I think about what the great coaches of the past always said. The key to any ball game. Can you rush theirs and protect yours? Well, in this case, both of these teams get after the quarterbacks. I'm watching the pass rush.
Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway here in Los Angeles. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So the Charger offense making its way out, and at the controls is the league's second leading passer a year ago. At 25 years of age, out of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
The Chargers just continue to improve and take steps forward under the quiet leadership of Herbert, who's been the most productive quarterback in league history through his first 3 seasons. Over 4,700 yards last year. He's expecting to crack the 5,000-yard mark in this season.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
This is caught inside the 15. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant. Time to regroup.
Running on first down, Eckler. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is third and short. Keeps himself upright. Steps away to his... And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert. Touchdown run. And the Chargers are on the board first here this afternoon.
And there's a little bit of a case of back to the future because Justin Herbert as a rookie, 5 rushing touchdowns, 3 in 2021, and none last year. I think that speaks to his development as a pocket passer and trusting his receivers more and more. But in this case, trusted himself and found the end zone.
For the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And the Chargers grab a 7-0 lead. So So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. Scott on the return out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So here come the Bears to take over on offense behind their third-year quarterback, former Ohio State Buckeye Charles Justin Fields.
We all knew Fields was an incredible athlete coming out of college, and last season he unleashed it upon the NFL. Ran for over 1,100 yards and would have broken the quarterback single-season record if he had played the full season. He also threw 17 touchdown passes, and that's the next jump for him. More consistency as a passer.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Here now, 2nd and 4. On the option right is Fields. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Chicago! Just a spectacular run by the always dynamic Justin Fields. And the Bears are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Defensively, they told us that the top priority was defending option plays this week, but here on the very first drive, the defense broke down a bit.
It certainly did, and it's really not a surprise because defending option football is difficult. You have to think too much. Most of the time, you just react to what you see and you play fast. Here, you're reacting, you're processing. Do I have the back? Do I have the quarterback? Who do I take? Do I take on a blocker? And next thing you know, he's in the end zone.
Santos with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Charger drive about to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 33 yards that time.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Pass hauled in by Johnston. He's got room to roam. Touchdown, Chargers. Quentin Johnston, 37 yards. And the Chargers have taken the lead.
Everybody why he likes to see the long ball thrown. But when you throw it underneath and you see someone catch the ball, secure it, make their moves, and then turn it into bigger plays, that's a lot of fun to watch as well.
Dicker down to tack on the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was Quentin Johnston who finished that drive off with a touchdown grab. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Now Fields. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Partner, normally double coverage is reserved for receivers and tight ends, but this time they actually targeted the running back with it, and it still wasn't enough. He attacked the defense and got in a great position to haul in the catch and get a nice gain out of it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The first down carry here for Johnson. And fights through one man. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and a couple. Moore, the man in motion. Oh, no, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Now Herbert following the turnover. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Herbert. Fighting to stay upright. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. DeMarcus Walker in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. So,
Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Now 3rd down and very long. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
A fourth down, so the Chargers trot out J.K. Scott.
Back deep, Trent Taylor. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
The Bears offense ready to get going again. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Now it's Fields.
Looking for the end. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
And CD, that's the second time this half they put it on the carpet. Now, the first one they lost. Good news here, it doesn't cost them.
They do say that things even out in the course of a ball game. So you mentioned they lost the first one. This time, able to retain possession, but they can't get into this habit. The ball can't continue to go on the ground.
Here we go. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Here's Fields.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. The Bears moving hastily in the hurry-up offense.
Here's Fields.
And he's going to go down again.
Sebastian Joseph Day breaking through for the sack. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you got someone to tackle him.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at third down and long.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, back to you two in just a bit. But first, welcome everyone to downtown Orlando and our EA Sports halftime report. We're accustomed to seeing strong quarterback play. We got that in the first half from Justin Herbert. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break. These two teams running through their final adjustments before they head back out of the tunnel. And for the call of the second half, let's go back to SoFi Stadium and Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. And the Bears offense set to go to begin the third quarter. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They go to Johnson again. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Let's go now, let's go. Here we go. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
Fields hit and the ball is loose. And picked up by the Chargers. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. They'll run for it with Eckler. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers, and the Bears will get the football back. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. He'll start with a handoff to Johnson. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there to make the play defensively.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards for number 11.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Johnson on the counter. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It was Joey Bosa working his way in to bust that one up. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. To throw is Fields. Oh, he's ready. Lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And picked up by the
Chargers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Up the middle with Eckler. Down to about the 37.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the four fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the four fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
And this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
There's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss, because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
Scott on the return, out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Fields hit and the ball is loose. And picked up by the Chargers. And he's got his guys set up great now. 1st and goal. And the Pigs get at the 7-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
And the Chargers coming out on the field now. And they sit in a good spot, having the ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the fourth quarter. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Eckler now between the tackles. Diving for the end zone, and the ball's knocked out. And this is picked up by the Bears.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. They trail by 2 scores in the fourth, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. Time to see what this offense has left in the tank.
Here we go.
Following the fumble recovery, Fields. Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And he's taken down. Back in his own 7. Well, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
4th down, Fields has to have this one. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Well, down 2 scores in the fourth quarter. It maybe wasn't quite desperation time, but it was getting close. And that interception there on the deep ball, that probably slams the door on their chances.
And maybe that was the thought process, that it wasn't quite desperation time. So now you take the shot before they're going to lay back any farther on defense. Go ahead and throw it downfield. Unfortunately, it didn't work.
And the LA offense ready for this next possession. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. The handoff, it's Eckler. Stiff-armed him. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Second down and 6 now. It's Eckler again. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And he will have a Charger first down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line. On the give, this is Eckler. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I can be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. On second down, Eckler. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Extra point try now from Dicker. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now a first down throw, Fields. This will be caught downfield by Moore. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. On first down, Fields. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And the Bears are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA LA Chargers. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you said baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to